Alrighty ho neighbors, Rado Goji here, and welcome to Let's Play Zelda II, The Adventure of Link. I might not sound very enthusiastic right now, partially because I'm a little stuffed up today, allergies or whatever the season's bringing me. But another reason is that I do not like this game at all. This game, to me, represents pure, unadulterated pain. I don't think it's a bad game. I don't think it's, I think it's a good game. It was a good game for its time. It had a lot of great ideas that were executed fairly enough. But I tend not to like games that I'm really bad at. And this is a very difficult game if you don't know what you're doing. And half of the time, I really don't know what I'm doing. However, I've come prepared here. I have an FAQ out in front of me at all times, so I know where everything is, and to, make this go by quicker, and for, simplicity's sake, I will be using save states, so that I'm not going to be dying all the time. At least I won't be dying all the time on purpose. Register name. As I said before, as far as name entry goes, well, we're going to be called Link because that's his name. He's Link. As far as name entry goes, in games, if they have a default name, I'll use the default name. If they don't have a default name, I'll use Rado Goji or Rado, like I do with Baldur's Gate. However, there are going to be a few exceptions to the rule. One of the main exceptions is this game, where he doesn't have a default name, but the character is known as Link throughout, so I'm going to be using Link. Or, I'm going to be using Link as the name for all the Zelda games. Welcome to Rauru. Awesome. No, it's not awesome. I don't like this game. Alright. Yeah. Basically, these are towns. In towns, people basically just, splurt out English. If you didn't catch what the main backstory is, as far as, what was said on the, just read these yourself. I don't really know what they're saying. I'm not really going to take too much heed to their, she says... Okay, she basically heals you if you go into her house. Take from that what you will. We don't need healing because we just started. I think she says... Talk with my father before you leave town. Okay. That's actually a good idea, because in each of these towns you can get a special magic spell, which more or less replaces a lot of the items in the game, like the actively used items. All of the items you get here are either used on the world map, all the items that you get are either, latent effects or used on the world map. We get the shield magic, which is actually intensely helpful, and I will be using that quite a bit. It will basically double our defense. And in order to use magic spells, basically make sure it's highlighted on your screen, push select, and there you go. Unfortunately, this uses half of our magic, and if we leave the area, we have to cast it again. Which is very annoying. Yeah. This is a lot harder than other Zelda games, and therefore I'm bad at it, and this is nowhere near my favorite. These little... Actually, let me run into one of these. These little monsters out here are random encounters, which is it's kind of a cool thing. They're basically adding RPG elements into the game, which was a rather neat idea. You can see the numbers up on top of the screen, Life 1, Magic 1, and the one next to the sword. Those are our experience levels. The levels will go up to can go up to max of level 8. Actually, 1 second. I got to adjust some things so I can see my timer. Okay. Anyway, so basically, if you're on the road and you run into an enemy, you won't run into anything. The little blobs are weaker enemies, and the monster-looking things are stronger enemies. Okay, that's nice. Enemies will drop one of two things. They can drop a number, which is basically the amount of experience you'll get, or instead they can drop one of those magic containers, which can refill your magic bar a bit. The max level for any of those numbers up there is 8. Basically, life energy means you can take more hits before you die. Magic energy means that magic spells will take up less of the magic bar to use. And of course, attack means that you will do more damage. That seems like kind of a waste for me to fight off some of those enemies, because here, as everyone knows, is a bag of experience. Yeah, don't ask me why there are bags of experience. There are. There just are. That'll give us 50 experience, and at 50 experience we can raise our life level. The amount of experience needed to raise a level of something will increase every time you increase that level or whatever. And each one has like a different amount. Like as you saw there, in order to raise our life, it would only take 50 to go to level 2. Oh yeah, darken the cave. You can kind of see movement on the ground if you look close enough. See, there's a beetle there. I think that's the only obstacle we have to contend with, but just in case. Also, like in Zelda 1, if we have full health, we can shoot out a sword beam. Oh, we ran into the strong enemy for these. Although I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it adds those worm things, and the worm things aren't that hard. Also, in the desert, these bubble things will constantly be firing at us, which is not fun. Like this game. Yeah, here I think it's just the bubbles and maybe some bits or bots, or whichever one they're called. The blue ones that can jump. I think those are bots. Why they didn't just, call them Zols like in the last game, I don't know. Now there is a reason why I'm going this way. Because it will help. I think I was talking about experience levels before I ran into that strong enemy there. And dark caves. As you saw, it took 50 experience to raise our life to level 2. Next time it's going to take like 100 or something like that. Also for magic, it would have taken 100, and for attack it would have taken 150, I believe. I'm actually going to go ahead and save the state here. Shift 9. Yes. Okay. Because here we have a heart container, which will add another bar onto our health, as well as a Goria here. I don't know if they're still called Gorias in this game, but that's what I'm calling them. Now, as I said, a heart container will add another bar to our health meter. And we start off with 4 bars. Unfortunately, there are only 4 heart containers in the game. So, our we'll only be able to have like 8 bars of health, which is, double what we had, and it should be enough, but in my hands, it won't be, trust me. So, to all you Zelda fanboys or whatever, you're just saying it's too hard because you suck at the game. Yes, I'm basically going out of my way to say that I suck at the game, and that's why that's why I have a hard time with it, and that's why I hate it so much. Yes, sometimes enemies will also drop tea bags. There are also magic containers in the game, by the way, that will increase your magic. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and go into the first dungeon right away, because there really isn't anything else we can do. Technically, we could go for the next magic spell from the other town, but I really want to have the candle before I go into Dark Caves anymore. So the candle is the dungeon item here. Yeah, and all the dungeon items are fairly lame, just to let you know. Also, one thing I hadn't been mentioning is that all of the world map stuff takes place in top-down view, like traditional Zelda, but all of the action scenes, which are random encounters, towns, or dungeons, are all in the side-scrolling faction. Again, I thought this was a neat little twist, and I really don't have anything against this per se. It's just the difficulty of the game is the only thing I have a problem with. It is extremely difficult, and I really don't see why 8-bit games fancy themselves on being so damn difficult. This is why I'm more of a 16-bit guy. Or to a lesser extent, 8-bit Game Boy. Actually, to a greater extent, 8-bit Game Boy, because portable games are more of my thing. As you'll see when we get to Link's Awakening. Okay, bubbles in this game, they don't, you know, those skull things, they're still bubbles. Also, these things that we're killing in one hit don't give us experience at all, which is, you know, bullcrap. But yeah. The bubbles won't hurt us. I think they will hurt us this time. They don't disable our sword, but what they do like to do is take away our magic, and that's no fun. I'm actually going to go ahead and cast Shield while I'm here. And as you can see, it took a little less magic to cast Shield because of our magic's at level 2 now. I don't think there's actually a way to kill the bubbles, so I'm not going to try. I think if you repeatedly hit them... Yeah, they don't take away life, they just take away magic. Which is still lame. Also, if we do die, I guess dying isn't as big a deal as it is in Zelda 1, because we do have 3 lives. You actually have lives in this game, and can get 1-ups and stuff. However, if you get a game over, you will start from the actual starting point of the game. You'll still have all your progress done, but this will be extremely annoying if I start getting game overs really late in the game, because quite frankly, when you get to the sixth palace, see, we died just there. I don't know why I haven't been saving states. In fact, I'll do that now. Haha! Once you get into his arc of chain hammers here, he's not hard at all. Although the sword beams still don't do anything. In fact, the sword beams are pretty much worthless anyway, I think. I think only certain enemies will be hit by them. Yeah, let's increase our health. I'm willing to put off... Oh, crap, in the handbasket. I don't know where that came from, but... Iron Knuckles. Hate them. Iron Knuckles are nowhere near as hard in other games as they are in this one. And that's a locked door. What do I do? Come back this way. But that'll be for next time, because I've hit a little over 15 minutes. I'm sick of this game already. So let me just save this state. And I've been Rado Goji, and I'll be here next time. Join me, won't you?